What's going on, all you Digidestined out there on YouTube land? This is Trey here from Team Potheads, and I'm back with some of our first Bt-6 deck profiles. I know it's taking quite a little bit of time over here on our end. It's been the holiday season, so it's just been a little hard doing deck profiles, working, getting things ready for the holidays. But that being said, guess what? The brain is on vacation, so with me being on vacation, I got a good after Christmas gift for you guys. You guys are going to be getting a lot of videos this week. You're going to be getting tons of gameplay, multiple deck profiles. It's just going to be so great. I have a lot of things that have been essentially put on the back burner that I can now sit for a second and bring to you guys. So buckle in, get ready for some deck profiles, some gameplay, some content just being shoved down your throat. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are not already. Give me a good morning, give me a good evening, happy birthday if it's your birthday. I am super excited to get.
I'm a Minotaur, so get lost or get them all. Charizard, no Philly, that's Asgard. Don't misconstrue, no interlude. My only mood is go hard. 27th Street niggas, that's me high. 27th Street niggas, put your hands high.
So we're gonna jump right into it. As you see, the egg. Did we have a new egg for the deck? I'm gonna start with that. I did opt to not use Missimon, so I'm playing 4 of the new Pagumon and 1 Commandramon. Commandramon doesn't really come up, it's just the 5th egg. Depending on your matchup, sometimes you do get stuck in a grind game and you do need the 5th egg. But overall, you really just want to go into Pagumon. The newest egg from Bt-6 allows that when your Digimon is deleted, not so much on your turn, just delete it in general. You reveal the top card of your deck, and you add it to your hand if it's a black Digimon card. Otherwise, it goes to the bottom of the deck. I'd say 80% of the time you're going to get that effect off. And it's just so great when that effect is stacked with some like other on deletion effects we have in the deck, which you'll see as we go through it. Because you... I guess my cat doesn't want me recording deck profiles today. But essentially, yeah, you get so much value out of this egg as it goes on throughout the other deletion effects. So we're gonna just slide that down here and we're gonna move on. So we are playing Commandramon, which means we are playing a bunch of these guys. So we're playing 4 of the 1K Commandramon, 4 of the 5K Commandramon, 4 of the blocker Commandramon, and 3 of the 2-drop Commandramon. Again, I don't know. Every time I go to make a Commandramon deck, I can never find the 4th one of these Commandramons. I mean, it never really comes up consistency-wise. It's perfectly fine. But it's just really weird that every time I go to do the deck, or I go to play the deck at a tournament, I can never find the 4th one. So the most important one is, of course, this 1K Commandramon. And it's one of the on-deletion effects that pairs really nicely with the Pagumon. You essentially just swing, let it die, or your opponent kills it, and then you get his effect and this effect, and you really get to just cycle through your cards pretty fast. This guy is the MVP when it comes to just applying pressure to your opponent, because in the meta we're in today, a lot of people are playing Gabumon, a lot of people are playing Agumon, Bond of Bravery. There's a lot of low-cost DP cards in the securities in this current meta. So this guy, he survives a lot more than often. There was even with security control, sometimes like a lot of times these guys will survive, which can be a headache because you do want your Commandramon to die. Not like that, but you do want them in the trash so you can use other effects. So to combat that whole scenario of people just not destroying your Commandramons, they understand how the deck works. They don't want to let you get the Darkdramon. I do have some other cards I'm running because they are D Brigade. I'm running just to support my Commandramons 2 Sealsdramon and 4 Tankdramon. So besides Darkdramon, Tankdramon is the real MVP of the deck. Once you get to Tankdramon, you really just start swinging over and over and over again with your D Brigades, and you just keep value on the board. What I do see a lot of times is that my opponents will essentially start trying to kill Tankdramon as fast as possible because his effect can really help you snowball out of control. And then Sealsdramon's a blocker. I don't typically block with him. He's just kind of another D Brigade stepping stone and going up the chain. You don't really have to fully evolve up the chain, but essentially while you go up, if you play your Commandramons, you go up with Sealsdramon, you go up with Tankdramon, If this card then dies, you now have 3 D Brigades in your trash versus, you know, the 1 or 2 Commandramons as you're playing them. I know a lot of people kind of get stuck with the Commandramon as, oh, I got to get it in the trash so I can play Darkdramon. But Darkdramon's effect actually reads that for every D Brigade in your trash, you put like 5 D Brigades. So he's a D Brigade, he's a D Brigade. So a lot of times these guys can finish that 5 D Brigade roll you may need. If you're not having enough Commandramon, maybe you're not finding your rookies, you bricked kind of hard, these guys can help fill that role. And then, of course, we'll be playing without Darkdramon in the deck. You definitely can find, depending on what your playstyle, you definitely can find room for a third. I definitely will find room for a third. Having 2, just, it was so hard to find him. I did believe that with the cards I had in the deck, I could dig for him easily. But after going to a tournament last Wednesday, it was just really hard not having that third Darkdramon. And of course, he has Rush, but I mean, depending on the game you are in, sometimes you can resolve multiple. I was actually able to resolve 2 Darkdramons in the same turn because I had just used so many D Brigade and Commandramons throughout the game. And it actually did help me win. So, Darkdramon's definitely nothing to sleep on. Now, for the supporting cast, we're playing 2 copies of Nanimon, 2 copies of Shademon, and 4 copies of Mechanorimon. Like I said, this meta is heavy with the rookies, heavy with the kind of rookie rush strategy. So Mechanorimon is definitely MVP. When it comes to stuff like Gobblebon, rookie rush, anything like that, you drop Mechanorimon down and they now have to deal with that or it's over. And you may notice a theme with some of the cards I'm playing, but if you check out the Shademon, you check out the Nanimon, the only common thing between the only common thread between Shademon and Nanimon is that they both come out of security. That's kind of the theme. So essentially, other than my Commandramons, everything else just comes out of the security. So if you check in my security, I may not have a bunch of options that can help you, but I will be able to keep my board presence with my security checks. And then Nanimon is definitely an MVP because he's a 3 cost level 4. So I can drop him like turn 1 or 2 and then go right into Tankdramon, and then that just helps me with my Commandramon plays. So he does serve, you know, multiple purposes. On to more supporting cast. We have more rookies. First of all, we have 4 copies of Dracomon from the starter deck and 3 copies of Commandramon from the starter deck. Dracomon is great. You on play, you can reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck and add 1 Digimon with Dramon in its name among them to your hand. Now, I know this was made for the All Force V Dramon deck. I know this was made to look for Arrow Dramon, V Dramon, Zero, you know, All Force V Dramon and stuff like that. But if you take a beautiful look here, Dark Dramon, Tank Dramon, and then a whole slew, you got Seals Dramon, and a whole slew of Commandramon. So this one Dracomon can actually search this entire archetype, which is great. So he is definitely a must-have in Commandramon decks. I'm not playing a super duper red, black, blue. Literally just the Dracomon and the Commandramons, and it's so perfect because he can search the entire archetype. Now, that does clash with some cards. A lot of times, you know, you have to look at that black card, and sometimes I'll see the Dracomon, sometimes I'll see the Commandramon, and that kind of sucks. But other than that, their value is definitely worth having them in the deck. Commandramon on play draws 2, but you know what's better than that? And if you look at it, he also has a security effect, just like the Nanimon and the Shademon, where he can play himself from the security at the end of the battle, so that you can play him and draw 2. So again, just keeping that board presence. And we're going to wrap it up with the options and the tamers. Of course, since we are playing D Brigade, we are of course playing 2 copies of Izzy, 1 copy of Izzy and Joe, playing 2 copies of Black Memory Boost, and then my favorite cards, 3 copies of Ultimate Flare, and 3 copies of Final Iron Fist Onslaught. So these 2 cards are just wonderful, great insecurity checks. depending on what you're playing. Ultimate Flare can wipe a board, Iron Fist Onside can wipe a board, and then Black Memory Boost, similar to the Dracomon, it just helps us dig for our guards. This is why I said, I thought I only really needed the 2 Darkdramons, because the Dracomon can search, the Commandramon can draw, the Black Memory Boost can search, so I thought I'd be able to dig for Darkdramon without having everything else. But I'm probably still going to put him back at 2. Yeah, he had the Pegomon, but beside the point, Darkdramon's probably definitely going back to 2. Izzy is one of the cards that can clash with the Commandramon and the Dracomon, because if you reveal them with Izzy, then you don't get to gain the memory. And then the Izzy and Joe, it's just great. If your opponent tries to span the board to keep up with you, you now gain 2 memory every turn. And when on their turn, when they swing and they kill your Commandramons, or not even swinging, they just use an effect to kill your Commandramons. And this has come up, which was great, because I was able to just filter through my cards so much. So I had an opponent who, he played like a Atomic Blaster, and it wiped out all my Commandramons, but I had like 2, I think I had 2 Commandramon, the 1K Commandramons with the Pegomons under them and the Izzy and Joe. So that triggered all of those effects. So yeah, you wiped my board, but I was able to basically just play the whole board right back between the Commandramon effects. I played down, 2 more Commandramons. The Pegomon lets me look for 2 more Commandramons, and then the Izzy and Joe let me draw a card and get another Commandramon. So it just was like, yeah, you wiped my board, but it basically did nothing. So all the cards really work really well in sync with each other. That's typically why I like the deck. You rush with the Commandramons, you have all the security effect cards, and you have a lot of cards to just kind of stop your opponent. These cards are amazing to see in the security. But that being said, that is the new way I am running Commandramon until further notice, until we get any new cards or new support for them.
That's what he did. Ups, downs, downs, up, that's all I know. I'm looking down from where I was at on the floor. They hating on you, what you expect, now I know. It made me stronger, it made me stronger.